Hi the family, welcome back to my channel. Today just a short video to show you my guitar settings. What do I have? How do I use my equipment? So the guitar, the multi-pedal effect, and the amp. I'm not a big professional, but at least I'm pretty sensitive. And I would like you just to at least to develop this note, this sensitivity and to accuracy, for your guitar setting, your sound setting. Even if you're not a professional, you could at least pay attention to a few details to help you have a good sound during your live performance. Let's see that together.
C'est en nous aimant les uns les autres que nous verrons la gloire de Dieu.
Okay, so first of all, the guitar. You have to pick the right guitar for you. Again, there's no brand made for Congolese African music, this kind of style. Rumba, Congolese rumba, and sebene music that we're playing. Most of the guitar are made for rock and roll or maybe for jazz music, for classic music, swing manouche. We say that the swing manouche, the manouche jazz. But there's no brand that are specialized for this style of music. So we need just to pick one guitar which already has a good setting, a good sound, a clear sound. The gross sound should be already clear. Once it's clear, then you can add some multi-pedal effects, some effects just to get closer to the specific sound that you want for your style, for this African music style. In my case, I decided to pick Ibanez. Ibanez is always a good choice for you. I don't have any partnership with all the brand I'm going to talk about today. I'm just telling you what is the best for me. Ibanez as a guitar is a pretty good choice. The sound is already clear and not too sharp. Sometimes depending on the model, most of them has already a clear sound. I also used to play with Jackson guitar. Jackson guitar are also good for this style of music. I like their pickups. Without any effects, it already had a good sound, a clear sound, which was not too sharp and not too low. You need to find a good equalizer. You need to be clear, but not too clear because it's too sharp. It may be too sharp or too high. You need to be sensitive. So let me just show you. Let me turn off the multi-effects, before adding any effects, make sure that your sound is already clear. Very important. You have some button on the Ibanez, depending on the model again. 24 frets, very important. 24 frets for soloists, lead guitarists in our music. You need to have some high notes, you want to reach them. 24 frets is the standard for this music. I like to put the tone, in this case for this guitar, I don't like to put the tone in the maximum, I put the button, this button, I put it in this position. Sometimes it chooses the pick, it chooses which pickup are working. And for this guitar, depending on the position of this button, you will have different pickups that are going to be used, will be different. If you put this in the maximum like this, you're using both pickups. Okay, so I don't have any effects yet. I'm just kind of plugged right directly to the amp. So you have this sound. And I feel like it's pretty good. It's already pretty good, but I feel like it's a little bit, just slightly too sharp. You see that? It's good, but from my point of view, I feel like it's a little bit too sharp. And and mainly when you turn on the volume, you can feel like it's a little bit too sharp. I prefer to put it in this position, in the middle. It's different. But it's a little bit smoother, it has a smoother sound. Sometime in the studio, if you heard the sebene I played on the La Gloire du Champion and Sois Loué from the previous album with Elito Vasco, you may have heard that the sound was pretty round, pretty warm. And my guitar was in this second position. Okay, the second position right here. It works pretty well for the studio session. It depends on your mood, it depends on the equipment, depends on all the setup as a whole, okay? So you have to pay attention to all of that to pick the perfect setting for you. I don't like to put the tone in the maximum. I like sometimes to reduce them. This is the volume button and this is the tone. I like to reduce it sometimes, just to have something even warmer. You definitely don't want to play like this, you know, definitely don't want this sound. So I like to reduce it a little bit like this. Yeah, to have something pretty warm. But that's not the steel that you play, so. Okay, even if you change the key. So do you hear that? The sound is already pretty clear. It's not too sharp, it's warm. And so you have to pay attention to all of that, okay? Let me just show you a demonstration. If I put back the tone in the maximum and turn like this button in the maximum. If you hear it, you probably need to put your earphones to have this short, like these slight details. Right? It's not bad, but it's different. Again, it's depending on your mood. You will pick the right sound, you will pick the right position for you. So yeah, that's the setup of my guitar. But there is another detail that I haven't said. My strings, they're not like standard strings there. I'm using flat wounded strings. Again, if you pay attention to it, it's smooth. You don't have this this effect like you're supposed to have a noise when you slide on the strings, this whip sound. When you have flat wounded strings, you cancel this sound. So you have something which is pretty smooth. And those strings, those type of strings are used for jazz music. I had this advice from one of my big brothers in music, Lenny Bidens. Maybe Lenny Bidens, he may be watching this video too. He told me that he's using this kind of strings. That was the advice he gave me. So I'm using 11. That's the size of the strings. You definitely don't want to take like too big, because more than 11, the strings are gonna be hard. You're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel like it's pretty hurting, even for me. Okay, so that's another detail. So when your guitar is already good pickups, good settings of your button, you should be able already to play sebene without any effects. You hear that? Okay, let's talk about now the amp. So here's the amp. Okay, we're in the studio. This is not my amp. So in this room, they're using tube amp. I like to play with tube amp because of the sound. You know, the sound is also very accurate. If you don't know how to set your amp, you have to make sure that everything is turning 0, or the button are turning 0. And you make sure, like in this amp, you have an option. You have an option of like going to the clear sound or going to the drive, you know. Select the channel, you have different channels. And if you pick the wrong channel, you will get the saturation. But make sure that you're picking the right channel, the channel which is bright and clear. For tube amp like this one, you need to like to let it, like give it 5 minutes to let it warm up a little bit before turning the volume progressively. You don't need the drive. The drive is gonna add some saturation. You just need to focus on equalizer. Again, we're playing sebene music, Congolese rumba, just to make sure that the sound is clear, okay? The volume of your guitar, you need it to be in the maximum, because I've noticed that when the button is not in the maximum, the sound is not the same. So yeah, I put the volume in the maximum and then I set it up on the amp. So let's try the equalizer. Everything is turning 0. As you may notice right now, the sound is too low, okay? It needs to be equalized. So here's the high. Like the standard setting that I put for my amp most of the time is this one. I don't want too much bass, too much high, too much treble. And the middle, you know, the middle is just in the middle, whatever. Okay, so like this is my standard setup because of my guitar. It will depend on your guitar. It would depend on your pickups. Sometimes you may feel like this is too high, this is too low. It's up to you, you know, you can set it up. This is the standard setting for me. You can give it a try. Okay, it's much better right now. I may turn a little bit down the volume because I feel like it's a bit high. Yeah, I like it. Pretty good sound. I don't pay attention to the rest, okay? Just a quick review. Master button is another volume, okay? It's another volume, maybe for the other channel, I think. So you don't need it right now. The reverb is an effect, okay? The effect that will make you feel like a reverberation, okay? Like you are outside and you're getting an echo, okay? An echo, so you don't need this one. Presence, I don't use it. Drive, it adds some saturation, okay? So I don't pay attention to the other. I just go straight to the equalizer. And I make sure that my sound is already accurate, precise, without using any pedal effects. So here we are for the multi-pedal effect that I'm using. You're not forced to pick a multi-pedal effect. You may use like just the previous one with only a delay effect. This is what we mainly use for Congolese music, for African sebene, you know, Afrobeat. We mainly use delay effect, sometimes some chorus too. But I decided to choose this multi-pedal effect just to upgrade my equipment, you know. And yeah, I picked this one, which is a Boss ME80. Again, I don't have any partnership with them. They don't pay me to tell you that. But I feel like it's a good pedal effect. One of my master in lead guitar, the person who taught me how to play properly the lead guitar, yeah, he has very, very good sound. I was amazed with his sound. And he used to play with a Boss multi-pedal effect. I use this one because it has many options. And let's be honest with you, I don't even have mastered how to use it perfectly. I haven't like taken the time yet to study how to use it properly, okay? I use the manual option, which is the manual option right here. You have the non-manual option. So this is where you know how to use it, when you know how to save some sounds, some settings and all the stuff. I don't use it yet, okay? Sorry, I've been lazy. I'm using it manual. So in this case, there's no lights on, just the manual light which is on. This is just to let you know that the pedal is used just as a string, a simple jack, okay? In this case, there's no effect, there's nothing. So what I use is just the delay when I play the lead guitar for sebene music, okay? For Congolese rumba, I just put the delay on. When I put this delay on, I just want to have the answer, the kind of free answers, okay? Let me show you. So without effects, I try the delay sound by muting. You know, I mute the string. I don't press too hard on them. I just need to get the sound. You turn on the volume. Okay. So I do kind of one blow. There's no effect. Okay. No effects. Okay. But as you see, as you may notice, the sound is already clear. I turn on the delay. I have a response. And my setting of this delay effect, just the way I've been taught to set it, is 3 responses. Okay? You actually have more, but at least 1, 2, 3. Okay? Tap 1, 2, 3. That's my setting. 1, 2, 3. You can change it depending on your, so the button, the feedback, you have the feedback, the level of the effect, the time. Okay, let's like, see, the space between each response it's longer, so I don't want it to be this long. If I can just reduce it, this is too short. Okay, I want it to be tap 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 tap. Okay, tap 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 tap. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's the position. Perfect. You have the feedback. You can change the feedback, the level of the effects. So if you turn it down, there's still an effect, but it's very low. Low voltage effect is not heard like properly, so you need it to be higher. Like to put it like this. Okay, yes, like this is pretty good. Let's say that go to 70. Okay, this is also pretty good. Okay, the feedback also had that, yeah, kind of a, see that you have more than 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's too much for me. No, you don't want it to be too much. Like, I like to put it like this. This is 4. Like I want to be kind of free responses. 2, 3. Yeah, like this is perfect. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's it for the multi-pedal effects. I'm not telling you that much because I'm not an expert of setting the sound. But yeah, it's already pretty good and that works for me. And you can already have these kind of settings at home for your stage, for your concert, and for your church, for your band. Even if you don't have these multi-pedal effects, I suggest you take at least, like, you know, this small pedal effect that you can have, which has only delay. It's enough for you to play some lead guitar to have a nice sound. But first thing first, remember, you need your guitar to be perfectly set without any effect and with a good amp. Now that you know that, you can enjoy your guitar playing. So that's it for the settings. I really hope that helps you to have the right, you know, to understand and to, you know, to develop this sensitivity. Let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to like the video. More advices, more suggestions, more lessons. If you subscribe to the newsletter, let's finish with a nice 7, okay? With this nice sound, you can let it pass like this.